Manny V getting ready, getting my pair ready to rock and roll. Terry McKenna is going to open up with me here in the hot seat. Welcome, everybody. This is the 2012 Sintra Portugal Pro. One more time, day number 5, more action coming up. So we are very happy you guys are tuning in. Terry McKenna, what do we got on deck for today?
Yeah, we got a lot of surfing for you folks. It's just a smorgasbord of action. In fact, we're going to kick off with the girls' heats at the moment. There's 4 of those. All the women's heats today, 25. We'll be surfing 2 rounds of the girls, and we're going to conclude the men's competition. Manny, we've had a bit of a drop in the wave height overnight, and we're straight into the action with the first heat of the ladies, and that looks like the young lady in the red singlet, Mamie Tony from Japan. This is round number 6 for the girls. Heat number 1, it is a 3-person heat. We've got 2 Japanese girls and 1 Brazilian. So Mayumi Tony in the red singlet. Sari Ohara is in the yellow. And Neymara Cavallo, you can see her in the yellow out there. But that's the playing field for day number 5 here at Sintra, folks. A bit of a rapid decrease in wave height. Nonetheless, to use a well-worn surf commentary cliche, Manny Vargas, it's contestable.
Is that even a word? Whether it is or not, we are going to go throw down today. And it's another perfect morning here on Praia Grande in Sintra. And I'm excited because we got an intense couple rounds in the women's division, and we're going to see the big hitters in the men's divisions duking it out all the way to the final. And some crazy upsets went down yesterday.
Yeah, we saw some incredible action. And speaking of incredible action, there's Neymara Cavallo, and she's just so proficient in such a variety of conditions. But yeah, yesterday, of course, great titanic clashes between Ben Player and Dave Winchester. That was great to watch. It was Dave Winchester that got ahead of that one. Then it was the boys from Brazil, of course, Roberto Bruno defeating Uri Valadao. Yuri Martinez was knocked out by Mark McCarthy. And Sam Bennett, once again, clawing himself out of a bit of a hole, got on top of Dave Hubb and surfed really well. I mean, Sam Bennett, in these sort of small conditions, Sam Bennett, I tell you what, is a real dark horse, mate. He comes from Port Macquarie in New South Wales. There's no reefs up there. He surfs beach breaks all the time. He's a bit of a specialist in this sort of stuff.
That's right. I talked to Dallas Singer, and you're right. He is. This is his territory.
Well, in those rounds, we got some really cool heats happening. But right
A
now,
little paddle battle on the takeoff right there. Neymara Carvalho in the black jersey, and this is Sari Ohara, the Japanese rider, in yellow. Nice clean lines. Find that inside section for a roll. And she's looking for another one, but that is all she wrote. But it's going to be pretty interesting to see how that pans out off the takeoff.
Yeah, well, I don't believe we're using the priority system for these girls' hits. So it was almost like, sorry, O'Hara was on the outside there. Let's take a look at the replay. And you can see Neymara Cavallo trying to push to get into it. And she just didn't have the... Sari O'Hara actually had first momentum. And when you go back to the real book, Manny Vargas, it's not the person on the inside. It's the person with, the first and ultimate momentum. And, that was very smart surfing from Sari O'Hara. She's come down to Australia a couple of times and won a few of our pro tour events down there, the Soldiers Beach Pro, where her and Hayato Anakido took out the men's and women's event at one of our big contests last year. So she's pretty good.
Well, she comes from the Aoi Kyoke School of Bodyboarding, where she is a professional bodyboarder from Japan, just sharing her skills and teaching the young new generation how it's done.
Yeah, super cool stuff, and hangs out in Chiba, great little part of Japan there. Habara Beach, g'day to all the locals over there watching the action. I love Habara, and Little Malibu. That's a good wave. You ever served that one, Manny V?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, cool. It's a really cool right hand, and it's such a great part of the world over there. I love it. I really miss it. And hopefully, one day, we can get the IBA World Women's Tour back there again.
Oh, that would be nice.
That would be very nice. Coming up in the next heat for the girls, Isabella Souza is going to take on Anne Lacoste and Teresa Duarte. Then it's Carla Costa-Taylor taking on Marta Fernandez and Natasha Sagadia. And in the final one for the girls, Claire McGowan, Minami Hatakayama from Japan, and Mela Van Turen. Let's look at the replay of this one, Manny.
All right, here is Mayumi. It's going to be pretty important that you get at least 1 or 2 maneuvers down on your wave, each wave this morning, because as soon as the tide starts coming in, it's going to be changing. The conditions are going to be changing. So the ladies are doing an absolutely perfect job out here to start off the day.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I tell you what, Neymara Cavallo's had a bit of a slow start to this one, and Sari O'Hara and both Sari and Mayumi posting some pretty good scores in the 5-5 range, and Namara Kavala now is starting to look for her opening ride. But you don't want to let these two Japanese girls get too much of a break on you. Of course, they do. They're very proficient in these small waves. Many they get a lot of small waves, unless a typhoon goes past, of course, and then they get the big stuff. But they're really proficient in small waves, and that was a great combination from Mayumi Tony. Just beautiful rolls, nice clean transitions, fluid transitions from one move to the other.
That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, just to bring you up to speed, this is round number 6 out of the water. This is heat 21, the first heat in round number 6, 3-person heat, and only one person will not advance on out of this heat. 10-wave maximum. Top 2 waves will be scored, and first and second will advance on into the quarterfinals. Again, 25-minute heats. Again, this is the 2012 Sintra Portugal Pro. Manny V here with Terry McKenna. Bon dia.
Yes. Muy bien.
All right, as you can see, the conditions are looking really good. Not that stormy surf that we've seen yesterday and the last couple days. It's actually 2 to 3, occasional 4-foot wave are coming in, and the conditions are awesome. Offshore, sunny, definitely getting some photo ops today.
Yeah, that's right. The action has come very close to shore. Mayumi Tony, have a look at this one in the red. Japanese rider drawing a nice little line off the bottom. Once again, just rolls off that end section and ducks out cleanly, which is very important to show the judges that you've finished with the ride. So the multiple world champion from Brazil, there's another wave there for Sari O'Hara. They're really doing a bit of a number on Neymara Cavallo here at the moment. You can see Neymara really just starved for waves. There's nothing on the scoreboard so far from our multiple world champion from Brazil.
Let's take another look at what we saw from Mayumi on her last wave. Nice, clean lines. The Japanese riders have that reputation of drawing nice, clean bottom turns, and they know how to trim on the face of the wave. And you saw that wave right there from Mayumi Tome. She is. We're waiting for that score to drop from Mayumi.
Yeah, they're very they're really. Let's have another little replay here. This is Sari O'Hara, and that is a nice one there. Sari just lifting it up, just extending the arms, hair flying all over the shop for extra points, and that was pretty spectacular stuff. So we'll wait and see what's going on with these last 2 wave scores coming through for Mayumi and Sari. Once again, heat number 2, Isabella Souza, Anne Lacoste, and Teresa Duarte is going to be out there. In the next one, these are 25 minutes heats for round number 5 for the girls here at the 2012 Sintra Portugal Pro. So just the tip of the iceberg as far as action goes. Manny, we got like a whole stack of stuff on the plate today.
That's right. We are starting off with round number 6 in the women's division. Then we're going to go straight to the men and 30 minutes. Oh, look at Neymara on her first wave, and a nice good size set, nice clean through the lip roll right there for Neymara Calvello.
Yeah, well, she's a seasoned campaigner, and she didn't panic at all. She just, waited it out. What are we up to? 17 minutes. So I guess around about 8 minutes has slipped away, and that's her first wave. But it was a very powerful roll in a sucky little section of the break here. And we spoke about it yesterday with Mike Stewart time and time again about Praia Grande and how it's got some kind of weird gravity thing going on. It's very hard sometimes to get through that punchy. But here's a good replay, and you can see that lip was pretty thick.
And she kept a high line, as you saw in the replay there, to make sure she didn't get caught up in the lip. She got her projection in there just in the nick of time and was able to pull that off. And a nice clean roll right there for Neymara. Scores are being dropped. And Tessa, I left off at the next set of heats. That is the Grand Slam Series. The men's division, 30 minutes in round number 6.
Yeah, and God, have a look at some of these clashes coming up later today in round 6, folks. We got Alex Arunga against Winnie, Jared Houston against Roberto Bruno, Andrew Lester v. Mark McCarthy, and Magna Passos v. Sam Bennett. That is going to be really cool to watch. Of course, winning their 4th round heats and jumping straight into the quarterfinals, GT, Amori, Jeff Hubbard, and co. So, really cool stuff happening here today, and it's going to be just so good to watch.
Wow, I'm still stunned at what went down yesterday in that previous heat number 5 in the men's division. Just man on man, and a lot of names are starting to tumble. And it's incredible to see kind of not early in the rounds, but like in the middle section where those big names start falling off of the charts.
All right, well, that's a nice little run there for Sari O'Hara, and I thought she would have tried to combo a roll off the end of that. I mean, she got a nice little spin into that section, but no, just electing to just kick out of that one. Nonetheless, it's a girls getting themselves on the scoreboard, and we've got some pretty good scores coming through at the moment. So let's just have a quick little look at it. That first wave for Neymara Cavallo came in at a 5.2. Last of Sari O'Hara, a 7.13. That's,
oh, my.
Actually, that was the previous wave, not that last little spin that we saw. That was that really nice roll that she did. So Sari O'Hara's in the lead. She's got a 5.5 and a 7.13. Mayumi Tony sitting in second spot, needing 7.13 to take the lead. And Neymara Cavallo needing a 5.51 to go to second.
Tessa, I'm going to step out just for 2 seconds to hand over something to Eonate and Lily. I'll be right back.
Mate, I'm going to hold it down for Manny V. And, well, you can see there just a nice little offshore breeze just kind of kicking in here at Sintra, folks, for day number 5 of the SINTRA Portugal Pro. We are kicking off the days with the ladies in the lineup. And so there's the situation at the moment. Sari O'Hara really looking strong with a 7.13 and a 5.5. Mayumi Tony sitting in second, and there's the multiple world champion from Brazil, a very iconic name, that one. Neymara Cavallo sitting in third spot. Well, you can see Jared Houston and his lovely girlfriend, Natasha Sagadia, just there. Also got Anne Lacoste and Eda Luciano, Roberto Bruno, Mela, Isabella. Everyone's got their game face on today. It is going to be a really big battle in these small little waves. But I tell you what, one good thing is that it's about 2 feet, maybe 2.5 feet in as far as maybe 3 feet. Look at that little set coming through there. So, but what's happened is an offshore wind is really kicking in now. It's going to clean it up. The lines are still a little jagged, and the swell is a little bit green. Here's a nicer one for Neymara Cavallo. Well, she just tried to get the rail and get underneath that lip, but unfortunately for Neymara, that wave just kind of shut down on her. But nonetheless, that's a second to black, and, that's going to put her in a little bit better position. She was chasing a 5.5. She's going to fall well short on that. So right now, it's the 2 Japanese girls in the lead, Sari O'Hara and Mayumi Tony sitting in second. Beautiful day here in Portugal. Once again, heading for temperatures around about 30 degrees Celsius. Not too sure what that is in Fahrenheit, back in the old imperial measurements. Many Vargas might be able to convert it for us. I really got hammered when I was at school, Manny, because I, firstly, in the first 5 or 6 years of my schooling life, learnt imperial, and then they decided to change it to metric. And it was just a nightmare at the time for kids that came through that generation.
But they need to do that in the U.S. Obviously, the reason why they're not is all the money of converting everything. But unfortunately, we are stuck with the imperial system. And guessing, I'm going to be saying it's about in the 76 to 80 degrees. Perfect sun, nice little breeze. It's actually been very perfect conditions as far as the weather is concerned here in Sintra. And the waves, we got lucky with some swell in the last couple days, and now it's starting to trickle down. But we still have some waves for the competitors to compete in. I just stepped out to talk to Lily and Eonate, who are going to come in to commentate with me.
Beautiful.
And oh my, I look to the east in the mountains, unbelievable.
Yeah, so beautiful behind us here, folks. In fact, the entire Portuguese coastline is just amazing, and I tell you what, as an Australian, I really can relate to the Portuguese. They got a similar kind of lifestyle. They all live along the coastline. They're into, they're a seafaring sort of mob, and and they have a sort of a beach-going lifestyle. So a lot of similarities between Australia and Portugal. I really feel quite at home when I come here. So we're coming down to 10 minutes remaining. First heat of the day. The Japanese girls 1-2 at the moment, and Neymara Cavallo. We can see on screen there. That's Sari O'Hara in yellow, and Mayumi Tony sitting in the red. Mayumi needs a 7.13 to take the lead. And Neymara Cavallo in third place. Always a danger, though. Only needing 5.51, mate. And I'd say that she's moved away from the girls now to kind of do her own thing.
Well, we're starting off with the women's division here, and then we're going to jump into the men's division. So don't go away. We're going to be closing off the men's division throughout the entire day. We're going to do round number 6. And then we go straight into quarters, semifinals later on in the day. So that's going to be fun to watch. You will see the men's winner here at the Sintra Portugal Pro crown today.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. We're going to have sort of 2 podium days, I guess, which is good for the media. I like it when we crown the men and women on separate days, man. It gives the girls their own identity. So, you know, instead of, it's pretty hard. You can usually only send out one big press shot.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the girls are a little in the shadow. So we want to, you know, it's a perfect scenario for the girls. They're going to have their own day tomorrow. We might chuck in a bit of DK Wars in between the semi and final. And we're even talking about a toe-out show or an international teams challenge to kind of fill the day up.
Awesome. Well, that's going to be exciting. So we still have today and tomorrow of live action here coming to you from the Sintra Portugal Pro, so don't go anywhere. And the highlights and also the heats on demand are online, youtube.com/IBA World Tour. So it's all up there. You're going to get everything IBA on IBAWorldTour.com, our Facebook and Twitter. Make sure you're a part of that as well. In fact, we are using our IBA World Tour Facebook page as your portal, your gateway to come in and give some shout outs, ask questions to the pro riders, and pretty much just tell us where you are watching from, and that's always fun to attack that message board.
I saw all those responses to where you at. I love that stuff as we see. Okay, that's a little nice roll there for Neymar. And
is she going to be? She does pull in front of that, but
she
not
pulls,
as clean, not as clean as she would like.
Yeah, she pulled through. It was a good execution at the start. But you can talk about that's what we were talking about here at Sintra. And it's got that sort of kaplunk kind of factor where when you come down from something, you tend to just get sucked down into a little void. Let's look at the replay, and I'll show what we're talking about. So nice clean line, drives it up into the lip. But when you come down here, boom, that M zone there. See how you kind of get chewed up a little? The wave kind of expands all its energy, and then it just turns into almost nothing. So it's really weird. The sandbanks here, very grainy, grade 4 sand. And as a result, it gets washed around all the time. It's super shifty.
Sadi in the yellow jersey from Japan. Nice clean bottom turn, a nice extended roll right there. And she was able to get projected out in front of the lip. A solid roll right there for Sadi Ohara from Japan. I love seeing her in the interview, interviews. She's always smiling. She's always happy. And I love it.
She's just a treat. We're going to check the replay once again. Sorry, O'Hara. She's really serving a smart heat there. And you can see Hari up into the lip, rips it right around. Very nice landing, super controlled. And then she just exits immediately. We're coming off an early low tide here at a Praia Grande. So super shallow on that inside section. As many of you said, we've got all the social media happening today, folks. Jump on Facebook, say good day. Tell us where you're at, and we'll do a little shout-out for you guys. Got a nice little picture there of Ruth Parra. Just go down a little bit. That's Sasha Specker took that yesterday. That's those Salvemo Sport women's T-shirts. They're made of Lycra, and I tell you what, these are a real quality garment. Girls, there's limited edition on these, and you really want to get your hands on one. That's the coolest thing you could ever wear in summer. And Ruth Parra doing a great job. She's a good model, isn't she?
Wow, and she was dancing the night away last night. It was always good to see her, on the beach, having a beer, having a good time. And we will see Ruth later on today.
All right, well, coming down to about 6 minutes remaining. Last wave scores came through for Neymar Cavallo. 3.75. Judges did deduct a little increment off that one due to the fact that she didn't land quite as cleanly. On the other hand, we saw Sari O'Hara on that big open face wave. Got the roll, landed perfectly, came out of the flats real cleanly and got a 6.45. That's the difference here, folks. It's just the tiniest little things the judges look for on these small days, and it's all about biomechanics and getting the movements happening properly. Because if you've got sloppy kind of biomechanics on a day like today, you can decelerate and lose valuable momentum into the next move. So judges looking for all these fine little details.
And the riders know that. I mean, they sit down, they watch what's going out in the water, and they compare what the riders are doing and to the scores that are dropping. So a lot of attention to details from the riders on the rider side.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you can see Neymar Cavallo, she is right in the mix there, and actually she just had a few words to Mayumi Tony, who went to kind of block her. And look, it's on. I'm telling you, this is a paddle battle, and you don't want to take on Neymar Cavallo in this arena. This is where, on the Brazilian national circuit, they surf a lot of men-on-men heats, Manny, and they're very, very proficient when it comes to paddle battles and being, jockeying for position in the lineup. So,
wow, look at that.
Mayumi Tony trying to sit on Naimara Cavallo, and this is a little battle bubbling away under the surface on this first heat of the day.
That's incredible. Look at Neymara and Mayumi. What's going to happen? Look at that. Just blocking her right there. Just making sure that Neymara knows that I am here. I'm in control. I feel in control. And Neymara, she's got her work cut out for her.
She has, and she's chasing a 5.51. I mean, that's easily achievable, but. All of this stuff falls within the rules, folks, and they're all great friends, these girls. But when the competition siren sounds, it's gloves off, and of course, no scratching or pulling hair. That's the only rules.
Teza, looks like they're waiting for a set, and we'll wait for you when you come back from this.
Stay with me for always.
Well, Manny V, I tell you what, mate, I'd love to take up the spare seat in that car.
That's right. You're not the first person to say that either. That ad is a lot of eye candy for the guys for sure. Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2012 Sintra Portugal Pro. Holding it down for this first heat in the women's division is myself, Manny V, and Terry McKenna. Teza, we have a full. Another one right there. Neymara falling victim to that once again.
Man, I tell you what, there is waves up the beach and down the beach. Why Neymara is just staying there, she might be saying, you know what she might be thinking?
Oh.
There it is again. This is about the fourth or fifth time that the girls are playing this cat-and-mouse game of jockeying for position. And you can see Neymara Cavallo now starting to get a little aggressive. Time is running out. She needs a 5.51. And this is going to be, it's going to be interesting to watch. I guess we're going to see a little more of these sort of tactics throughout the day on a small day like today where there's big money and big points up for grabs.
Oh, my. Just take a look at what is happening. Sadi is on Neymara's left. Mayumi is on her right, and none of them are going to give her the option to paddle around. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Then what you do is you just go down the beach because Naimara Cavallo has the ability to conjure up scores even on a crappy little closeout. I don't know why she's persevering. I mean, there's two or three little spots along the beach here that are offering this sort of potential. But she's going to stay out there because I tell you what she's smart enough to do is get one of these chicks to, get an interference or a paddling interference on her. And she can use this to her advantage.
And I think she's got the experience. She knows what's at stake right now. So I think she can pull it off. And look at that. Now she's getting back into the rhythm right there. And you're going to see, as you mentioned, Teza, a lot of tactics are going to be thrown down because of the conditions.
All right, well,
there we go.
There we go. It was inevitable that she would move away from these girls rather, and go down the beach a little bit. There's Mayumi Tony is just hot on her heels. 1 minute and 30 seconds there from Bruno Lisboa, our beach announcer, and this is going to be a very, very interesting 90 seconds for Neymara Cavallo. But Mayumi Tony in second spot, sticking to Neymara like glue. She is like a little piece of Velcro. This is a left-hander, Manny. And, whoa.
There you
go.
Neymara is chasing a 5.51 for that advancement second place spot. And this could be it. Look at that. That's what she was looking for. She would have loved to close that off at the very end. It's going to be a close call.
I tell you what, if that little wave didn't dissect on the inside, those, really strong reverse moves here from Neymara Cavallo may have been enough. Mayumi Tony's on the same bank now, and she's having a look at this little piece of swell. We're inside the final minute, and this thing's coming down to the wire.
Oh, my. The first heat of the day, an action-packed and intense one. Sadi Ohata in the yellow jersey. She is sitting in that first place spot right now. And Neymara Carvalho, last wave, 3.75, not enough. Oh, my. Last 30 seconds of the heat. Woo! Oh, Tessa.
Yeah. Well, she fell victim to the old Japanese steam train, didn't she?
Oh, man. And, I mean, Neymara, she totally could have pulled it off, but Mother Nature, or she was not in the right area.